Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for another brew review. Tonight we're going to be trying the famous Gandhi, or should I say infamous. It's a double IPA brewed here in Connecticut at Woodbridge, New England Brewing, which is in Woodbridge, Connecticut. And if you're into the craft brew thing, I'm sure you've heard of Gandhi. It's kind of like Connecticut Teddy Topper. It's hard to get, you gotta track it down. It's not released all that often. It used to be pretty easy to get on Growler. They just redid their tap and tasting room. I haven't been there since then. Very treehouse-ish. But when I say infamous, because there was a lot of controversy recently. I don't know how long they've been brewing this beer. I think it's been for a while. But the few years I've been into the craft beer thing, I've been able to get it. Again, network with your local place, and I usually don't have a problem getting it. A couple things about it, you know, there was controversy back around winterish, end of winter. I was on their Facebook looking to see what they had on tap. I was going to stop there, and I happened to notice their post of what they put up on tap had, like, I don't know, several hundred comments, and all of a sudden there was like this huge outrage from Indian people complaining that they used the likeness of Gandhi to promote alcohol. It's a robotic Gandhi there, and it got ridiculous threats to the employees. And New England Brewing, I think, is going. I don't think they've said they're going to change the name. My understanding is that they have enough cans to get them into 2016, so they haven't changed it yet. A little ridiculous, but whatever. And it was, if it wasn't already bad enough that it was hard to get, that I think intrigued people. I don't know. It's a very solid beer. To me, it's an animal, a different animal. And the other thing here in Connecticut with Gandhi has gotten to be, the gouging has gotten to be absolutely ridiculous. It comes in 4-packs of 12-ounce cans, and I don't know this for sure, but I've been told a retail place pays about $9 for the 4-pack. And there's people just getting absolutely stupid. I can absolutely tell you that I've seen it and paid 18, 19 bucks a 4-pack. And I know, shame on me, but I had trades worked out, so I was gonna do it anyways. And I probably won't do it anymore, just because it's insane until that people start pushing back against that behavior. The last time this came out, this was canned on the 25th. The other thing they get criticism for is they don't date code the can. So recently, they started just putting this, they actually started using the newfangled 4-pack here. They used to use just the old style one. And they put like one sticker on there. If you're at a retail spot in Connecticut and find this or CHAG with no sticker, more than likely you've been sitting on it. I don't think it happens too often. I don't think it sticks around long enough to do that. But this was canned on June 25th, so we're a little over a month in the can. But the gouging, when this came out last, I had heard it was out. I stopped at 3 spots near where I work, all within literally 5 miles. One guy was getting $18.27 a 4-pack, and you have to ask for it. Most of the time, I'm not all the time, but very more often than not, it's not going to be on the shelf. You're going to have to ask. They usually save it for regulars. Some people even have a list. $18.27 for a 4-pack out the door. The next place I stopped at was 14 bucks a 4-pack out the door, and that also you had to ask for. And the third place I got it was $12.95 or $12.50, and that guy had it just out in the fridge. So, but yeah, it's a good beer. So we're gonna give this a shot. It's been in the fridge. There's a lot of sweating on the can here, but give it a shot. I actually traded some of it recently for Heady Topper, and no, I did another trade with a guy. A lot of times if you're doing this beer thing and you're trading, you know, some guys, when I trade beer, for the most part, if I'm trying to get some beer, I'll take a hit to get something I want. And honestly, I'm also the kind of person that if I know it's a guy he doesn't live here, is never going to be able to get this beer, I'll do what I can to try to help him out. I've actually talked to people on social media when they see me post pictures of me getting it. They just give me your address. I'll send it. I'll send you something. And when you get something good, send it to me. But for the most part, you know, a lot of people I try to do dollar for dollar trade. I don't really like to trade all that much, kind of pain in the ass. But I did a dollar for dollar trade with the guy, and I think I did a video on a beer trade. And he almost shit when I told him I paid 18 bucks for 4 12-ounce cans. So if he wanted to do the deal, I was have to get $18 worth of beer back. And I ended up getting 5 beers from him that were pint cans. It was, I did a video on it. It was like 2 things from Other Half, like Equinox and Green Diamonds, and 2 beers from Carton. The Carton beer I'd had before and it was really good. And I always throw in extras. So I think I sent him, the deal was for 5 Gandhis for those 5 beers. And I sent him a couple Sea Hags and a Pallet Mallet, which are all, Sea Hag is a beer that New England does, and Pallet Mallet's another Connecticut brewery. But anyways, let's get to this beer. So as you can see, it's not, let me get my glasses on. It's not completely clear, it's a little cloudy. But for the most part clear. It's got a nice color, small head. This was in the fridge. I've been sitting out for about 15 minutes. My fridge, I try to not keep it too cold, but it's a small, one of the campus dorm fridges, and it's hard to regulate. So let's get a smell on it. Oh yeah, that's it, man. That's good stuff. I am getting pine and a lot of citrus, but more like a grapefruit. Not really a sweet tangerine or orangey citrus, but that pithy kind of bitter grapefruit, you know. Yeah, it smells delicious. Cheers. Yeah, I always tell people that Gandhi is, to me, a different animal. I mean, that hits you with a huge explosion of hop right up front. I mean, it's just right in your face. It's very aggressive is an adjective I've used to describe it. And I'm getting that really bitter, like white grapefruit, pithy kind of bitterness. Definitely a little bit of maltiness there, but man, it's just... All right, I'm back. So I don't know what the hell's going on with my camera. It just says I don't have enough memory to record. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But anyways, we were trying this Gandhi Bot double IPA from New England Brewing. And it is, like I said, very in your face, slap of hops up front. Bitterness carries right through. Man, that is bitter. And that lingers a bit, but it is a solid double IPA. Yeah, it's not one you're going to be able to get unless you trade for, really, unless you live in Connecticut. It's distributed here. I don't think it's distributed out of state. And it's hard enough to get here in Connecticut. You can get it usually, like right now, I know they have it at the brewery on Growler. Their last post today was on Growler Fill, so... But if you get a chance to try it, man, it is a solid beer. We'll see what comes of the name, because people were pissed off that they were using the likeness of this pacifist and who didn't believe in alcohol consumption. Although the people protesting it were threatening violence. These people who were protesting the name of the biggest pacifist. They were I mean, it was blatant threats. So, I mean, I don't know anybody in New England, but I know people who know people. And they said it was getting to the point where employees were getting threatened. So, but yeah, the bitterness is still there now. I'm feeling that linger. It is aggressive. I've drank, you know, 4 or 5. It's like 8.5% alcohol. I drink 4 or 5 a night, and you can almost taste it the next day. That's how bitter it is. But it's a good, solid beer. So cheers. Have a good night. Thank God it's Friday.